Ladies and gentlemen, isn't it something, how the tables have turned? Those who once believed they could pull your strings, treating you like a mere piece in their game, well, look at them now. They thought they had you, like a puppet on a stage, dancing to their whims, bending under the weight of their desires. They sought to control, manipulate, and twist, assuming they'd never feel the sting of their own devices. But fate has a way of flipping the script, doesn't it? Now they're the ones entangled, ensnared by their own schemes. They once wore the mask of the puppet master, tugging at your heart, draining your every ounce of hope, and feasting on the power they thought they had over you. Yet here they are, caught in a trap of their own making. Every lie, every deceit, each tiny manipulation, they're all circling back, constricting around them like vines. Isn't it ironic? They sought control, to be the gods of your emotions, but now they're just ghosts trapped in a web spun from their own arrogance. Picture them, lying awake at night, the weight of their schemes pressing down, suffocating. They believed they could bury you beneath a mountain of lies and walk away unscathed, but reality has a funny way of creeping back in, doesn't it? Now, every betrayal they reveled in, every manipulation they once glorified, haunts them in the quiet hours. They're no longer in control, they're chained to their own emptiness, swallowed by the void they tried to project onto you. And yet, even now, they refuse to admit it. They put on a brave face, wear a mask, but beneath it all, they're crumbling victims of their own choices, prisoners of their own making. They set the fire, stoked the flames, and now they're choking on the smoke. They'll keep reaching for replacements, trying to find someone else to control, another soul to anchor to their broken sense of power. But nothing and no one will ever compare. Because you were never the puppet they took you for, you were the real thing, the genuine, the unbreakable. Then they mistook your kindness for weakness. Now they pay the price. Yes, they put on a show trying to convince the world everything is fine, that life is all roses and sunshine. But mirrors don't lie. Every time they look into their own reflection, they're confronted by the hollow reality they tried to escape. They're left haunted by memories, reliving brief moments of triumph when they thought they could mold you, convince you to see yourself as less than you are. But those illusions, those little victories, have vanished, leaving nothing but shadows. They tried to diminish you, to make you feel small, and yet it's their world that's shrinking while yours expands, reaching places they'll never touch. Now they're clinging to memories, replaying the loyalty, sincerity, and realness you brought into their lives, a haunting reminder of what they could have had. They'll never admit it, of course. They'll tell everyone they're fine, but in their quiet moments, when they're truly alone, they feel the weight of every choice, every manipulation. And as the years go by, the clarity of their mistakes will only deepen. They crafted their own misery, woven from lies, selfish acts, and betrayals. So let them drown in the regret they sowed. Let them simmer in the silence they once tried to trap you in. You've risen above their games, transcended their schemes, and stepped into a future they'll never reach. And as they watch you thrive, unbreakable and free, that vision will haunt them more than any words. Because they'll know, deep down, that they lost something rare. Something true. They'll keep pretending, keep searching for that connection they lost, but nothing will fill that void. Every new face will be a hollow substitute, every replacement just a fleeting shadow. And that final realization, that undeniable truth, will be the one thing they can't shake. Their chains are self-made, crafted by their own hands, bound by every string they thought they could pull on you. So let them sit in the silence, let them bear the weight of their own emptiness. Because while they're left clawing at the walls of their own prison, you stand tall in the light. You're untouchable, unreachable, and that's a fate they'll never escape. And as they drift through the empty days, haunted by their own hand, they come to realize that everything they tried to break in you has only fractured them. Every cruel game, every twisted word that once rolled so easily off their tongue, now returns to them with sharpened edges, cutting into the very fabric of who they are. They didn't just lose you, they lost themselves. They're left wandering through memories, clutching at threads of a life that could have been whole but is now forever fragmented by their own deceit. Imagine it, they walk around in the shell of their own existence, each step echoing with the silence they once imposed on you. Every distraction, every hollow victory they try to chase, only reminds them of the truth they cannot run from, that they are empty, hollowed out by the very games they thought would leave them feeling powerful. And while they may still pretend, feign strength, and weave new illusions to hide behind, they know they'll never find peace. Not truly, because peace cannot exist where trust was betrayed, where truth was twisted. They're left to face the bitter irony. The one person who was there, who showed them the strength in vulnerability, is now the same person they cannot reach, cannot control, and cannot replace. The truth of your absence, of the life they threw away, gnaws at them, a constant reminder of what they'll never have again. And in those quiet moments when the world fades and they're left alone with their thoughts, the weight of regret comes crashing down. They realize they are prisoners, trapped by their own choices, with no way to escape the shadows they themselves cast. But here you stand, untethered, untouched by the chaos they tried to bring upon you. You have become a reminder of resilience, of what it truly means to stand tall, unbroken. And they feel it. Deep down, they feel the cold sting of truth, that no manipulation, no mask, and no substitute will ever erase the mark you left. You've outgrown their games, their petty attempts to control, and now they can only watch, bound by the prison of their own making, as you walk away free. And in the stillness, as they replay each moment, each misstep, each betrayal, they are forced to face the truth. They've lost something they will never reclaim. And in losing you, they've lost the last piece of themselves that was real. They're left with an endless loop of memories, replaying your loyalty, your kindness, and the strength they took for granted. And as they watch you rise, beyond their reach and out of their grasp, they know that every step you take forward is a step further from their grasp, a silent testament to the power they underestimated, to the strength they will never understand. And that undeniable truth is the most powerful lesson of all. Now, as they linger in that space between regret and realization, every hollow laugh and forced smile they wear becomes a reminder of the life they let slip through their fingers. They once thought they held all the cards, but as the years press on, they're left with nothing but empty hands. They chased after control, thought they could mold others like clay, but the irony is painfully clear. They had become the very thing they once sought to manipulate, fragile, crumbling, and vulnerable to the weight of their own choices. Day by day, they feel the walls close in. They look around, desperate for something, anything, to fill the emptiness. But every new face is just another fleeting shadow. Every smile they encounter a painful reminder of the genuine one they lost. And as they search, fumbling in the dark, they come to understand a simple truth. You were the light they once took for granted, the warmth they believed would never leave, the loyalty they assumed would always be there. But in their arrogance, they extinguished it. And now they're left in a world of gray, endlessly searching for the color that only you brought. They thought they could bury you in their past, move on without consequence. But the truth doesn't disappear, it grows. It festers. And now it follows them like a shadow, whispering it at every turn, echoing in every quiet moment. The weight of their decisions has become a chain around their heart, and each memory of you is like a heavy link, dragging them further into the darkness they created. They tried to make you question yourself, to see yourself as less than you are, but now they're the ones questioning, doubting, and unraveling under the weight of their own reflection. Every connection they try to form now is just a hollow replica, a pale imitation of the bond they shattered. And each time they feel that emptiness creep in, they're forced to confront a truth they can't escape. They lost not just a person, but a possibility, a version of themselves they can never reclaim. They'll move through life haunted by what they could have had, who they could have become, if only they'd valued truth over control, love over manipulation. And while they're bound to a cycle of restless searching and empty substitutes, you stand liberated, having shed the weight they tried to place on you. Every step you take is a reminder of the strength they failed to break, the resilience they underestimated. You found peace where they thought they'd leave scars, and that peace is a beacon they'll never reach. As they watch you thrive, untouched and unshaken, they realize that you are no longer just a memory or a lesson. You are the evidence of their failure, the proof that their games had no power over you. In their final reckoning, as they look back on the ashes of all they tried to control, they come to terms with a devastating truth. While you've grown and risen, They're left forever tethered to the emptiness they tried to impose on you. And in that revelation, they see what they've truly lost: a piece of themselves, a chance at something real, and the one person who could have helped them see beyond their own shadows. That is their burden to bear, their endless punishment, a life spent grasping at shadows while you walk freely in the light, unbreakable, untouchable, and forever beyond their reach.